What is up, guys? Logan here again with another video today. The mustache is officially gone. Decided to get rid of it today. Just want to say that real quick. So if I look a little different, that's definitely why. Let's get into Palantir again. Another technical analysis video. So I called the consolidation all week and said it looks like we're going to have a big move. On my last video, this was the breakout, and I had a video ready to go yesterday about it, but I wanted to wait to see what we got today so that I can kind of confirm the movement. It's just something I like to do personally. But look at the consistent volume that we were getting yesterday on Monday, and let's look how good this chart looks. If we zoom in really quickly, mounted the VWAP right away in the morning within 10 minutes. Of course, we opened up and we always get a good feel for the market, but the VWAP's above the EMA. We got a lot of traction, bounced off the VWAP here. I'll zoom in a little bit more to show you guys. And then this is what we had. We just traded throughout this channel all day. Then we got a large influx of volume towards the end of the day, within 2 hours to close, which is really interesting because we don't see that very often. And kind of what goes up comes down as we broke this support that turned into resistance, and that's a really important level too when you're looking at stocks to continue to trade throughout the week. And this was when we were at 20. Palantir is currently at 23.82. So I was just really curious to see how we'd move today, but we also gapped up overnight into after hours, and then here we are opening today. Now this was a really interesting movement because when I saw Palantir in the morning, I thought we were going to be very bullish. The second that very bearish, sorry, I apologize. When we broke through the VWAP here, and we also fell all the way down. So within a matter of, was that 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes? So we opened, climbed all the way to 23.28, and then within 10 to 15 minutes fell all the way to 20.63, right? So that's a $3 movement in about 15 minutes. So looking at that from a technical standpoint, like if you couldn't see the rest of the chart, that looks like if we're going to have a very bearish day, or that, after that large influx of volume, it's going to die off and we're going to trade underneath the EMA and probably retest $20 a share. So that's what I saw, and I was like, man, that's kind of tough, Like Palantir, they gapped up overnight, and I really thought we were going to see, a little pullback, but no, it stormed to an all-time high again towards the middle of the day, which is so interesting to see. But right here, mounted the VWAP. This is the second green candle that gives me a little bit more confirmation that, hey, this isn't going to reverse, kind of like it did here, right? Because this is a big difference for a lot of entries. Mounted the EMA, but you might think that just because we broke off the VWAP, right, or over it, that it's a good time to enter, when sometimes, it's good to wait, and then you see a second candle, and you look for volume. Of course, we did not see a very big influx of volume, but it was consistently growing. Then, of course, we shot up again, hit a new all-time high, and this seems to be the new resistance point because we hit it here at 11.15 and then here at 11.30, and this was where the high was, and then a big sell candle, more people coming in, and then we traded among the EMA for the rest of the day and along the VWAP before at the end of the day, you always get a spike for people who want to swing stuff last second, which I totally understand. So it looks like we closed the day at 23.90, and then after hours right now, we seem to currently be at 23.92. So I'm curious to see how Palantir continues to move. But today got really shaky. Like, I only watched them for about an hour this morning, and once I got to about here at 10:30, I took them off my chart and I just continued to watch like Nvidia and Tesla and Zoom, a lot of those guys, to see their movement, because in the morning, it's really rare to get a sideways trading morning and then for a stock to take off midday because the volume's just not there. Generally, it's just like how we saw with Tesla too. And of course, that's a lot with speculation trades, but with a short week, and short weeks usually lead to a lot of consolidation, because we have Thursday off for Thanksgiving. So there's a little ominous feeling that I'm getting from the market right now. And we hit all-time highs, which is great, especially with the Dow Jones. I'm just getting a little bit of ominous feeling right now, which, I shouldn't really have. Maybe it's just because it is a short week. My spreads are kicking. We're almost at 100% on all of them. So it was a pretty solid day overall. I'm just really happy to be in the position that, my portfolio's in, my Tesla shares, but also Palantir has been opening up a lot of solid trading opportunities. But Monday was definitely so far the day. So I'm going to see how we move tomorrow. But like mornings like this are ones that are hard to pass up on. Like kind of Monday to trade Palantir like this. And their premium prices aren't really ridiculous still. And that's something that stocks like NEO, their premium prices are just absolutely ridiculous and implied volatility's high. With Palantir, it's really followed technical charts really well. So I'm going to continue to watch them. And I planned on trading them this morning. We were talking about it in the premium Discord. And the real reason that I didn't was just because it looks so shaky. Like I planned right when we broke the EMA, I tried to fill a put, and I wasn't going to hold it very long. And luckily I didn't, right, because we roared. But when I saw this bearish signal right within 10 minutes, and the rest of the market was pretty shaky and sideways, that I just had a feeling. It's like, hey, this looks very bearish. Big sell here, and couldn't get it to fill. Didn't make my trade. You know, I would have hopped out probably right around here. When I play puts, especially in the morning, I don't hold them very long. Calls I hold longer. It just feels better. So yeah, that was the other thing too. Like this just still lined up decently on the technical charts for the long term. So even if we bounce back out, you know, to the 30-minute, 10-day chart, still above this EMA, we're rocking it right now. So let's continue to watch this and see how we trade. But yes, I really thought like this morning when we saw that red candle, I was like, man, we're coming back down. We're going to test this. We're going back to 20 and let's see what happens. Because if we fall through this guy, I mean, there's not as much support overall with a trend when you fall through your 180-day EMA from my trading experience. So I just want to tell you guys that, and that's still looks good. I mean, we consolidated last week, like I talked about, bounced off the EMA, and that was the breakout. This is the continuation of that breakout. So let's see how high we can get Palantir. I upgraded my price target to 25 in the last video, and it looks like we're pushing that already. So 25 seems like a pretty solid spot for Palantir. And then let's also see kind of how their volume continues to move, because they had a ton of it today too. And we had a lot more selling volume and a lot of specific areas, which was interesting to see. But here's the RSI as well that I like to use. So already overall, I really like the position they're in, and there's a lot of room still to the upside with Palantir. But we also just got to take the market for what it is, and also consider the fact that we're reaching all-time highs, and just kind of keep that in mind as you continue to trade. That's something I've been doing is, you know, I don't get too high on my own supply, right? Because if you start to play all these calls and stuff because everything's at all-time highs, it can quickly reverse. But of course, like I said, I'm neither bullish or bearish on any of these trades. I just play with what the market gives me. So I'm really curious to see how your guys' week's been trading. My spreads have been kicking it, so I hope they keep killing it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. But this has been it for me, and I hope this kind of teaches you guys a little bit more technical analysis and what I've been looking at with Palantir, and everything that I've been talking about happening the past couple of weeks with them has. So I just think that's really cool. You know, that also shows signs of my growth too, so just feels good. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.